Madam Secretary, thanks for being here, and I want to say at the outset here, it's a very refreshing to have an actual Aggie that's occupying the Secretary position. Very refreshing for a change. Your credentials in that space are unassailable. Thank you. Real quick, fertilizer has been a topic of conversation. I want to go back to fertilizer because I think it's in our national interests to secure our own sources of fertilizer production. Our supply chain is very fragile and our production base is extremely limited. I think we've regulated ourselves into that position, but let me just say this, that I don't want to see the mistake made that we've done with other endeavors where we see big pharma, we see big oil, and the small players are priced out. And the reason I say that is because from a geographic perspective, I think it's more important that we atomize the industry because they are positioned to address the needs in a given geography, which actually enhances the viability of that industry and improves outcomes as it applies to a fragile supply chain. So I just want to get your feedback on that and how important that is, and making sure that we're empowering the little guys like in Helena, Arkansas, along the Mississippi River in my district, where they're getting ready to put a fertilizer plant online, and what that will mean to that region.
I think that, I think we're talking about the El Dorado, Arkansas urea and ammonium nitrate fertilizer plant, which is really exciting. I know I mentioned in the top of the comments the importance of national security. That what I have learned moving into this job, I knew it was a major challenge, but the fact that we've offshored our fertilizer, our seeds, our supply chains, our processing over a number of years really is a national security issue. We used to produce our own fertilizer almost exclusively in this country. In the last couple of decades, we now only produce about half of the fertilizer that we need, which means we're reliant on China and Russia and other foreign countries and some foreign adversarial countries. This is a solvable problem in the long run, and so the light that has been shown on the fertilizer industry to rebuild in America cannot be overstated. As I mentioned, we've got big plants going in everywhere. The world's biggest plant, we're going to be breaking ground. I'll be in some states in the next few weeks talking about it. But I think your point is a really, really important one. We've got, a couple dozen, 3 dozen really great fertilizer plant projects going on. One is a $4 million project, actually in Minnesota, Ms. Craig, where that's going to be and come online. It's an organic fertilizer company. We have an $80 million one coming online in the state of Washington. So making this a national security issue and understanding it as such is allowing Chris Wright at the Department of Energy to invest in our fertilizer plants under the energy bucket of funding. It's allowing Howard Lutnick at Commerce with his investment fund to invest in fertilizer plants. It's allowing Lee Zeldin at EPA to allow us to move out much more quickly and to lift some of the regulations so that we can get these fertilizer plants online very quickly so we don't have this issue again in the future.
I appreciate your understanding and awareness, and obviously you get it, and that's important to our small fertilizer producers so they can make a big impact on the ag industry. Let me shift gears real quick and leave you with this. I'm concerned about our policy governing PLC and our payments that basically are made in arrears. I would say that if the conditions are bad enough in a given year that they trigger a payment, that the payment is necessary in that year, not putting it off for 12 to 14 months. And so what I've sought to do is to actually create an opportunity for advanced partial payments for producers to help offset some of the interest expense associated with continuing to produce without those payments being made. I would want to get your feelings on whether or not you can appropriately implement that if and when that policy is signed into law, because I think it's important to provide the resources in real time and not make farmers wait for 12 to 14 months when the damage is already done.
I couldn't agree more with that, and we've got the best team on the field. If it moves forward, we will get it implemented, and it's especially important with the additional 30 million acres that we're now adding into those programs that we're able to do this quickly.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I yield back.
Thank you, sir.